everybody. Okay, so I'm getting ready to share my week 4, and I really hope that the lighting is good. I had to kind of turn the lamp away so that I wouldn't get such a bad glare. So it looks like in the video it's coming out okay, even though it looks kind of dark over here. Anyways, this is the first half of the layout, and here is the second half. I'm going to kind of try to put them side by side so that you can see them, and then I'm going to go piece by piece. Okay, so this is the first half of week 2. I'm sorry, week 4. I'm like way behind. Week 4. And so let's see, I'm going to try to do this way. So here's the first card that I created, and I believe, oh my goodness, you know, I'm not keeping track of what cards I'm using. I want to say this is the Honey edition. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. But, you know, from here on out, I'm going to try to keep them separate. All my cards are kind of just mixed together, and I'm just kind of grabbing what I want to use. So it was just the plain cloud background. It had this navy line here, and then it was plain white down here. So I added this little banner and then this little piece that kind of cut out of the middle. I added that to the top, and then I took one of the, excuse me, one of the labels, and I just used my Martha Stewart, see, this little punch. I love this punch. I used that to punch these little hearts, and I just kind of added it for little extra there, you know, just kind of design it, I guess. And then I used the roller date stamp, the Amy Tangerine that was sent to me from Carol, and I love it. I use it, so far I've used it every single time, and I think I have like 3 of them, but that seems to be the one I love because of the little phrases, and it's, so it says at this moment. I know it's hard to read, and then I have the date, and then so I put week, and I used my tiny attacher there. The staples are absolutely teeny tiny. They're about 1/4 of an inch, and there's 3 of them going across the end of week there, and then I spelled out week 4. Here is a photo of Bailey, and it's actually a very blurry photo, and it's showing up way better in video than it does on the layout. And I just loved it because she looks so happy here, and what it is swim lessons, and so I only have 4 stories that I'm sharing out of this 2 weeks. So I'll get to them when I get to them, I guess. I used one of the tags that came in my Life Noted kit, and then these little words, it says happy, adorable, spectacular, vibrant, and shine. Those came in like a little sticker pack that had all words, and I believe it was like meant for like baby boys, but I liked these words for this layout. And then I took my sequins, I love my sequins, and I put them all around, and then I used one of the little butterfly sparklies that Sarah Grace sent me. And then over here is, I believe this is, pretty sure that this one came in the Honey collection. And it's one of those cards that you can fold in half, but I wanted it to be open to use as a, what would that be, a 3x4 card. And this little sticker came in one of my kids. I'm not much help, but I guess, you know, if you really want to know where I got anything, you can just ask, and maybe I can figure it out. Anyways, this little remember, these must be from the same, because they're the same color teals, and they're the same navy. But it says remember, and then that was already there. So I put swim lesson, and then put this little anchor that came in a sticker pack that I had. I used this blue baker's twine, and I looped it around, and I glued it down with my accent, or glossy accents, and then I tied a little bow just to kind of make it fun. And then because the lines were up and down, but I used it in a different orientation, and on the back it was a different style, so I wanted to use this side, I just put my my journaling sideways. And then I actually messed up on swim. I don't know, I can't remember how I spelled it. I think I started writing SM. So I just went over it with these little stickers, you know. And then so my journaling is, Bailey was very excited to do swim. She would make sure to remind us to put her swim, and then I just put suit. So it was going to say swimsuit. And That one I didn't mess up on. I just wanted it, you know, to have more than one word. And then it says, and towel and her, and here I messed up again. So I put bag. So it's a swimsuit bag, before bed every night. So that is my journaling, talking about Bailey's swim lessons. And then down here, let's see if I can do this. Here is 3 pictures of her in her swim lesson. She does these through school, and she's down at the Y, and at the Y they have a big water slide, and she loved going down it. So I loved this. Came in my Life Noted kit, I think in like maybe November's or Jan. I don't remember. It's all kind of mixed together now. I'm keeping my kits separate from here on out, so I will be able to tell you what month it is if I'm using the current month. But I thought that this worked really well with that. It was one of the die cuts, and it said Superfly because she's flying out of the tube. And I used this, I believe, came from the same month. It's one of those little banner tags with the little paper clip, and I love that. And this little card also came from that. And I can't remember what it said behind it, but I just covered that up because I just really liked the way it looked, kind of like she's bursting through. Here is another one of those die cuts, and it says So Very. This one I remember is from December because I was thinking about using it for So Very Merry, but I used it for So Very Happy because she is extremely happy that, you know, she loves going down that water slide. And then I used one of the gold banners that was just sent to me from Monica, who's Spring Chick 28, and I love adding the gold to my Project Life stuff. And then this Happy is some rub-ons that I actually got over a year ago at my first expo, and I was just looking for alphas, and there was like a rub-on, and to be totally honest, I hate them because they're all like, let's see, it's separate letters, and so I have to cut them out, or else if I try to rub on one, I get pieces of the other letters, so I have to cut each individual letter out, and they're all different shades of the same color, and sometimes, or yeah, like dark blue, light blue, teal, you know, and I wanted all of these to be the same color. So I had to cut out each individual one, and then I only got one color of the piece, so I had to use an upside down, I believe it was a D. Yeah. Okay, so to make the other P. And then this little piece right here that's got the red polka dots actually came, it was a bag that Sarah Grace had sent me, and I just thought it was adorable. So I used, I crumpled it up to kind of give it some texture back there, and I just kind of stuck it underneath as a layer. Over here is another card that came in my Life Noted kit. Oh, and then this is also from my Life Noted kit. I don't remember which one, but I covered up whatever the center was on that one as well. I just like to use them as background sometimes. Here is a picture of her sitting out in the middle of the pool. They have like a little stair seat area, and that's where they kind of take the kids out in the pool. And so I took a picture of that, and here she is kind of turned around looking at me, so I wanted to use that one. And then I framed it with one of these little, it's like chipboard frame, and it says Viewfind here. And I put some little enamel dots, and then here I used one of the little heart camera and another little gold piece. Those both came from Monica, Spring Chick 28. And then I put 2 more little enamel dots there. Okay, and I'm coming down here. Here is where I cut Lacey's hair for the first time ever. She is 3.5, and she's never had a haircut. This girl was born with a head of hair, and she had these adorable ringlets. I know they're really hard to see. And her hair was dried and brushed out, so you really can't tell in this picture. But she had these beautiful ringlets at the bottom of her hair, but her hair is so baby fine that it was tangling really badly, even after bath, and it was just becoming such a pain. And I would put her hair up, and she liked wearing her hair up. She didn't have a problem with me putting it up, but she would rip it down like within a couple of hours. And so I know she's sitting on the chair in a bathing suit. That is her favorite attire. I dress her in the morning. She comes down in either just her underwear or just a bathing suit. She likes to go and get in her drawers, and that's what she pulls out. So here she's wearing her sister's bathing suit, actually. So anyways, I have like a little banner that I made with some graph paper, and all it is, whoops, let me show you. I used one of the graph paper Becky Higgins Project Life, and I just kind of cut a banner out of it because I wanted it to be kind of a plain background. And I just used, these are Prima letters, and so I put before. So here's a picture of front and back before, and then here I am journaling about it, and I put first cut, and I even put a little ringlet of her hair. This is actually her hair, and that is how her hair fell. I didn't glue any of this down except for this little bow where I had tied her hair together. And so the journaling says, sad but needed, your hair just tangled in seconds after of a bath, much better now. And then on the journal card, it says worth mentioning. And so I thought that that was appropriate. And then here she is after. And I went to beauty school, so I do know how to cut hair. I tend not to do it very often because I don't care for it. It was something that I learned many years ago. So I do tend to cut my kids' hair when they're younger, but not so much now. Especially when I have two older daughters, I don't cut their hair. And so I have after, and then here she is with her shorter hair, and she just looks so much happier. And then here is what her hair looks like in the back. So that is week 1, or oh my gosh, first part of week 4. Okay, and here is the second part of week 4. I'm going to do this again. Okay, let me move this one out of the way. Okay. Here I made just kind of a little, I didn't want it to be too busy, so I just used one of the cards that came in my Life Noted kit from Scraptastic, and it had this little design behind it. And so I just used one of the tags that came from Scraptastic. It already had the hello there. So I put Fred, crab, and beer. In the next picture explains that. And then I used this little glassine bag. It was a miniature glassine bag that my flare had come in. And I knew that I wanted to save one just to put some loose sequins in, just kind of like an embellishment. And so I took this hello tag, this little glassine bag, and then the heart that is very glittery that came from Sarah Grace, and I stapled them all 3 together, and I just glued it down. And I wanted a piece of this to kind of peek out. So that is the first one. And then here is just a photo of my husband and my father-in-law, and they are enjoying beer and crab because my father-in-law, he is a truck driver. He's on the road a lot, and he loves, again, this one explains it. He loves my husband's cooking, and because my husband likes to barbecue a lot and things like that. And so he goes out of his way to make sure that we have an excellent dinner every time he comes down. He loves his food. Grandpa Fred does. Okay, so I wrote, Fred loves Dean's cooking. He always makes sure there is an amazing dinner to cook no matter cost. And the reason why I put that is because he really doesn't care. He spent like $40 on this crab. When my husband goes crabbing all the time and gets free crab, he has like his own little crabbing basket thing or whatever, you know, and he just did not want to wait for that. He wanted to go down to the store and purchase some himself. So here I used one of those little tags that came from the Scraptastic kit. I used some of my alphas, and I just spelled out yum and put a little enamel dot there. And then I put 2 little staples. Okay. Okay, and then here was one of the die cuts that also came in. I believe this was December's kit, because I remember thinking using the Shine Bright. But I didn't like the Like a Diamond. But I think it actually suits this little story here, talking about my daughter. And okay, so she is 12 years old, and that's why I put the little 12 here. In my household, there is a rule that you cannot do anything major with your hair until you turn 12, which means perming. I mean, cuts are okay, but like dyeing and stuff like that, you have to wait until you're 12. Well, she turned 12 in September, and this is the 3rd time we've gone red. So excuse me, the 3rd time she's dyed her hair. The first time she went pink and blonde, and then red twice now. So I put Shine Bright Like a Diamond, and then underneath here is some just watercolor paper, and I was messing around with the watercolors, and so I used red. I can't remember what color red it was, but it was my Tim Holtz Distress Ink, and I just took my water brush and just kind of went over it, and then I actually popped it up. If you can see that, I actually popped it up on the watercolor to give it, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but so that you would be able to see some dimension there. And then here in the areas that didn't have anything, I just threw some sequins down again. And then here is a frame that came from Monica. So I put that around this photo. This rad came in one of the Life Noted kits. Here is some more of that graph paper. I just wanted something to kind of ground this rad so that it would have, so you'd be able to see it. And then the 12 is for her age. And this is a picture that she took of herself there. And then, oops, my picture's falling out. Here is a card that came in the Life Noted kit, and I put Going Red this week. And I don't remember where I got this. I think this might actually be from one of my Gossamer Blue kits, one of the printables. But I just used my thickers that I had in my stash for that. And then here is some photos. I was kind of standing behind Jaden while she was fixing her hair and kind of looking at it in the mirror after we had just dyed it, and she was like checking out the color and everything. And so I kind of stood back so you couldn't see me, and then so this is the actual picture, and here's the mirror. So you could see her reflection in the mirror, and here she's making a goofy face, of course. And so I put Shine. That's one of the die cuts from the Life Noted kit, and I think this, yes, this 4x6. I said a 3x6 on this other one, didn't I? Anyways, this is a 4x6. I think 4x6. It has to be a 4x6. Yes, for the photos. Anyways, and then here I just kind of layered some tags. If you can see that there. There's a red one here and a little pink one. I know that that is from the printable. This little pink one with the lines is from the Gossamer Blue printables, and so I stuck that back there. Here I used one of these. It's got, what are those called? Facets in it. It's like a jewel, and then 2 little enamel dots, and then this gold colored tab that came in the kit as well. So that is my week 4. And I have noticed when I glue the photos together with something that has more dimension on it, it does tend to stay a little bit better for me. So I do, like, this is from week 3. I will tape them together on one and stick them in the insert, and it does tend to stay together a little bit better for me. Okay, so that is it, and this turned into a very long video, so I'm very sorry, and thanks all for watching. Bye.